Hello once again and welcome back to PAX and Recreation. And today we are delving into the shadows in the Ravnica saga with the House Dimir. And you can tell if they call themselves a house, that's shady already. So, House Dimir, as you can tell, or Dimir, but I guess it's Dimir. As you can tell, it's all about spider. No, like it's blue and black. House Dimir, and this PreRelease is from Gatecrash. So the second part of that Ravnica block. Any doubts? You can call this number in the US or Canada, or the other one internationally. So let's see what's up with this. House Dimir is a very interesting house or guild in Ravnica because they don't exist. But they exist. Let me explain. What happens, apparently, is that, you know, the same way that is like every guild has their role in the ecosystem of what Ravnica is, and to a degree magic, I guess, but like what Ravnica is, right? So far we have covered Azurius, so they do the laws and they take care of the judgments and all that, and it has, as usual, everything has a good and a bad side. Then you had, so they are very, lawful and all that, but at the same time, if you need to do anything, it takes years because it's a system. The system has flaws, as it was proven by Nicol Bolas and his agent, which I never can remember the name until I look it up. By using loopholes to infiltrate and destroy the system. And the Boros army, or the Boros Legion, is a legion. And they believe in justice and order and all that, but at the same time it's kind of blind because they follow the law and they make it happen. So without questioning it that much, and sometimes even going against the system just to make the law happen. So good and bad, right? House Dimir had the other side of the equation. House Dimir, when the Guildpact was signed, it was signed that no one will remember or know that House Dimir exists, which, if you ask me, is the greatest deal of all time, because the idea for House Dimir was to be the Black Ops of Ravnica, right? If you watch Naruto, I guess House Dimir is like the Ambu, right? They're like the Black Ops, Ninja Police kind of thing that helps ruling here. The problem is that was very corruptible, and since it was very corruptible, because, whenever they do an assassination or anything, since no one knew that they existed because of the Guildpact, it will just be blamed on other houses. And that that led to corruption, because now they could just do whatever they want without consequences, and so they are pretty much invisible, right? And this guy Zadek, Lord of Secrets, which is the name of the card actually, is does whatever he wants because he's invisible, and he can do whatever because the other guilds fight for stuff because no one remembers that they exist, until he actually does, I don't remember what, and he gets caught by the Boros Legion, and they arrest him because who the hell is this dude? And the problem is that by arresting the dude, they broke the Guildpact, because they had to acknowledge that he existed, and by acknowledging that guy existed, they acknowledged that the guild existed, and therefore they broke the Guildpact, which is amazing. And it's fun that the Guildpact is this fragile thing that is always in the limit of life and death. So, House Dimir. If you're reading this, then your psyche must have endured the rites of membership and been found worthy. Let me be the first to congratulate you. You have chosen well. You are now aware of a fraction of the scope and depth of the Dimir Guild. You have been trained in the Dimir arts of memory excision, shape-shifting, and psychic scheming. This, between the wording and this font, is like, yikes. At least there is flavor. With these skills, you will achieve your mission and cover your tracks. Our objectives must be met with silent efficiency. The secrets you glean for us will serve the guild in our efforts to solve Ravnica's many mysteries and uncover its secrets. Our guildmaster, Lazav, so in this point, Zadek is already dead, or taken away, and it's Lazav, which is the current one. And this is when shit hits the fan, mostly because Lazav technically is better, but it's a lot crazier. So this is when Dimir, like, they go kind of crazy, and then everyone whoops their ass, and they are dead now. Or that's what they want us to think, and that's the beauty of Dimir. It's like, well, they're either dead, or they want us to think they are dead. So, and there's this, like, I promise I didn't do this. Like, this is not dirt or anything. It's just like, that's there. It's weird. Our guildmaster Lazav has full confidence in your dedication to House Dimir. You are hereby sanctioned to make short work of any who attempt to thwart his plans. The eye of Lazav is watching us all. Love this. Then the achievement sheet for the pre-release. The House Dimir. As an agent of the Dimir, you are to infiltrate this event and complete the objectives listed below. If you are discovered, we will destroy all memories of this assignment. End briefing. I love this. When you put cards from an opponent's library into the graveyard, say, a mind is a delightful thing to waste. Control creatures encoded by a total of 2 or more cipher cards. Win a game by depleting an opponent's library. Milling. Attack or block with a rogue. Win a match against an opponent from a different guild. High five a fellow Dimir member. Attend a guild meeting with other Dimir members. End the game by dealing damage with a multicolor creature spell. Cast or destroy a legendary creature. Deal damage to an opponent with a key rune of any guild and activate 2 abilities of a guild mage of any guild in the same turn. Make it official, blah blah blah. And then on the back, continue the battle for your guild. Gotta love this. Simpler times. It was another time. Simpler. Then the sticker for the Dimir guild. And I think it's miscut or something. Because... And then the actual contents. So a D20 with the colors of the Dimir and the Gate Crash icon. The 5 boosters and the Dimir pack with the promo Consuming Aberration and the date 26th of January 2013. So what's in this? Consuming Aberration, creature horror. Consuming Aberration's power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your opponent's graveyards. Whenever you cast a spell, each opponent reveals cards from the top of his or her library until he or she reveals a land card and puts those cards into his or her graveyard. Dimir Guildgate, Undercity Plague. Target player loses 1 life, discards a card, then sacrifices a permanent. Yeah, Cipher. Then you max out this spell card encoded on a creature you control. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player its controller may cast a copy of the encoded card without paying its mana cost. Oh, that's nice. Call of the Nightwing. Gateway Shade. So much shade, oh my god. Incursion Specialist. Death's Approach. Spell Rupture. Death Cult Rogue. Keymaster Rogue. Contaminated Ground. Leeline Phantom. Skyblinder. Staff. Sky Games. Balustrade Spy, and Psychic Strike. Not bad. As a reminder, remember that this, since you choose your pre-release, even though you only got 5 per set, so 5 in Gate Crash, 5 in Return to Ravnica, you picked the one that aligned more with your philosophies, and then you get 15 card boosters. Remember that at this time in Magic's history, it were just boosters and not draft boosters or anything, and they gave you like this theme booster, in this case for Dimir, so you can actually role play and then fulfill your objectives and all that, which is the most amazing set of ideas to ever come from Wizards of the Coast. I feel that these pre-releases are some of the best things to ever... Oh, I actually managed to ninja this one perfectly. Are some of the best things to ever come from Wizards of the Coast in terms of flavor. So Ravnica normally is very on point. I'm kind of afraid for Murders at Karlov Manor because not very much... It doesn't feel very Ravnica. It just feels like a house inside a city. So Leyline Phantom, Aerial Maneuver, Basilica's Creature, Disciple of the Old Ways, Bioshift, Simic card, Zurta Swine, Horror of the Dim, Return of the Obra Dim, Shielded Passage, Razor Tip Whip, Furious Resistance, Zamek Guildmage. Interesting because it's Simic, but that's the name, I guess. Pronounced in a different way, maybe. Oars of Charm. I love the charms and the signets and all that. I just love that flavor. Undercity Informer. And the rare of this pack is Foundry Champion. For 4, 1 red and 1 white is a Boros creature that says, when Foundry Champion enters the battlefield, it deals damage to target creature or player equal to the number of creatures you control. For 1 red, Foundry Champion gets +1/+0, and for 1 white, Foundry Champion gets +0/+1 until the end of turn, and is a 4/4. So the card is okay. It's more the ETB effect is the one that is like interesting. Planes and a Ooze token that is a Booster Battle Packs promo. As usual, I don't mind about ad cards as long as they are useful, aka give me tokens, Wizards. Oh, see, this one is better preserved. I can ninja all of these with different art. Remember when the boosters had different art? I thought maybe they thought they were confusing for people or something. Hands of Binding, Massive Raid, Night Watch, Contaminated Ground, Martial Glory, a very Boros thing to do, Shamble Shark, a very Simic thing to do, Horror of the Dim again, Shield Passage again, I think, Razor Tip Whip again, which is weird, Furious Resistance, we get this one already. Yes, is this booster somewhat copying the other? Merfolk of the Depths, Burning Tree Emissary, Gruul, Gateway Shade, and the rare of this pack, Stolen Identity. For 4 and 2 blue is a Simic, is a Dimir card that says, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of target artifact or creature. It has Cipher. Then you may exile this spell card encoded on a creature you control. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player, its controller may cast a copy of the encoded card without paying its mana cost. This is very dangerous, and together with some cards that are like the one that is actually Simic, that says that if you have 4 cards with the same name, you win. This is, yeah, you can even use this in Commander, so that's useful. Booster Draft is one of the most popular, blah, 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 blah. And then Ultra Pro Ad, so this is a double useless card. Gate Crash, booster number 3 in the Dimir pre-release that actually lets me... How fitting is that the Dimir one, the Dimir pre-release, lets me ninja the boosters as if nothing happened. How poetic is this? Greenside Watcher. Yeah, I just wanted to smell the cards. It's a weird thing, but trust me, Magic cards don't smell like this anymore. And it's not because these are old, because yes, that may be a factor, but like the way they were printed or something, it was different. Maybe they were more poisonous back then. I don't know. Dutiful True, Orzhov, it regenerates. Mortus Strider. Dimir. When Mortus Strider dies, return it to its owner's hand. Dimir-based agents hide from death itself. Sky Knight Legionnaire, Fly in Haste. Keymaster Rogue, which I believe is Dimir, I guess. Nav Squad Commandos. Madcap Skills. Balustrade Spy. Call of the Nightwing. Thrall Parasite. Extort. Pay to life, remove a counter from target non-land permanent. Not bad. Hellraiser Goblin. Don't let him lead the soldiers, but by all means let him lead the way. And the rare one is Mystic Genesis. For 2/1 green and 2 blue is an instant that says counter target spell. Put an XX green ooze creature token onto the battlefield where X is that spell's converted mana cost. Well, kind of expensive for an instant, but at the same time, if you actually manage to counter something that's very expensive, yeah, not very worth it in my opinion. Some lore for Gruul. Smashing and pillaging their way across Ravnica, the Gruul clans live only for today, reducing buildings to rubble and surviving on the scraps. Choose your guild at Ravnica and guildsofravnica.com. And your Friday night destination, yada yada, magic. Second to last. Well, that's the end of the ninja. Yeah, you can tell this one was old. No, they all have the same age, but this one was like, nope. I'm 2 days away from retirement. Sorry, boys, not doing this. Slaughterhorn. Dutiful Thrall. This card is very Orzo, but at the same time, it's like, why is this thing white? Is because it's dutiful? I mean, because it has the black ability to regenerate, yes, but then like, sometimes it's like they are trying, it doesn't quite, Bioshift, Foundry Street Denizen, a cat, and therefore is white, Zarichi or Zariki Tiger, Boros Guildgate, which I love myself a good Guildgate, Sky Games, Corpse Blockade, Burst of Strength, normal green card, Zamek Guildmage, Skullcrack, Orzhov Charm, and another Stolen Identity, which I believe is kind of a good card. Maybe too expensive, but since it has the cipher cost, that's very powerful. A Plains, and then life evolves in strange ways in the Simic Combine, where researchers grow hybridized monsters in their grotto biolabs. Choose your guild. And Dragon's Maze, which is coming May 3, 2013. Last but not least, the last booster of Gatecrash, which I just ravaged because the thing is living on a prayer. Basilica Screecher, once again, we meet here. I think that this one thing with Ravnica is that obviously you get more multicolor cards than anything else because Ravnica, right? But It's more or less well balanced. Disciple of the old ways, or disciple. Massive Raid, Metropolis Sprite, Psychic Strike, Bioshift, Balustrade Spy, a bunch of spies. Dimir, Evelyn Denizen, Death's Approach, Dimir Mage. It's cold in the grave, and the death crave your warmth. Who are you to deny them? Strava, Dimir Mage. Sage Row Denizen, a bunch of denizens. Gruul Kirun, which is basically Blanca from Street Fighter. I wish I get all the Kiruns and all the gates and all that, because I just really love the flavor of that. And not a lot of artifacts, which makes sense, but at the same time, Alpha Authority, Miming Slime. Sorcery. Put an XX green ooze creature token onto the battlefield where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Okay. And the rare of this pack is a Skrag Goliath for 6 and 2 green. It is a creature beast with trample. It's a 9/9, yikes. And it has Blood Rush for 5 and 2 green. Discard Skrag Goliath. Target attacking creature gets +9/+9 and gains trample at the end of turn. So you can boost someone, or you can just call it. For 1 less that it will cost you to summon it. Well, maybe for a specific maneuver or something. They bind us with their laws. We free ourselves with nature's fist. A swamp. And the Planeswalker Gideon, I don't know, Gif or Gif, right? Arrives on Ravnica, seeking aid in his fight on another plane. Once he discovers hostilities brewing between the guilds, he takes immediate action, intervening to ensure that Ravnica's innocents don't get caught in the crossfire. And booster battle bags. I really miss the snippets of lore. I mean, if you're going to give me an ad, at least give me lore or tokens, but don't give me double ads for anything that you want, Wizards. Please don't give me double ads. That's all that I'm asking. Like, if you're giving me cardboard, give me a reason to keep that cardboard. Like, I'm already buying stuff from you. I don't need more ads. What's the hope that like a random mom or something buys a booster pack because she thinks it's something nice and opens it and goes like, yeah, booster battle packs, that may be interesting. It's like, no, come on, just give me lore, which you stop giving, so because you don't care about lore anymore. So, but like, either give me lore or give me tokens. That's all I'm asking. I'm a simple person. And that's the House Dimir. So what do you think about House Dimir? Is it your favorite guild? Are they dead? Or are they pretending to be dead so that we get confident and then they jump on us? I don't know. Up to interpretation. But technically, we still have 10 guilds. Technically, although there are like 2, one is Dimir and the other I can't recall, that are pretty much dead or disappeared. So up to interpretation. Do you like Dimir? Do you like playing with Dimir or against Dimir? Do you hate them? Do you like the lore behind it? Do you like the fact, like, my favorite lore bit is the whole thing about they were hidden, but they arrested their guild mage, the guild master, and because of that, the Guildpact was broken. I love that. It's such a, thing to happen. I love it. So, I don't know, let me know down below. And remember that we have a playlist with all the Ravnica pre-releases from this era to commemorate that we are returning to Ravnica, because we're also going to open some of the Ravnica Remaster and Cattle of Manor stuff, but we are returning to Ravnica, right? So, let me know your opinion. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all those things that the cool kids say. And once again, as usual, thank you very much for your time, and see you next time on PAX and Recreation. Bye.